Alrighty guys, we're going back to some more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last episode, we finished up Kevin's route number 2, where we climbed a tower to learn the truth about Professor Hamilton. We learned that the reason that she created all the water here in Tharbad was actually because she pulled it from 20 years into the future, essentially breaking the laws of space and time, meaning that is why she is being targeted right now by Kevin. After that, and after we fought against Ouroboros, we actually got into a bit of a pinch where the tower was going to self-destruct, and so we received help from the one and only Ivory Eschaton Saint, who created a portal for us to walk out of where we boarded a brand new ship and headed out. And so, to take a little bit of a break from both Reen and Kevin, it's time to finally finish up Van's final solo route here with Van route number 5, Scarlet Knight, Gleaming Malice. But before that, if you guys do like this video and the series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So this is actually pretty quick route. I'll go into more details on it once we get in here, but I would say this is probably the quickest Van route. It will likely still be 3 episodes, which has been like the typical amount of episodes as long as we're not going to a new area, but it might even be like more similar to 2.5 episodes, if that makes sense. Like, I actually don't know if we'll get 3 full hour-long episodes out of this, but we'll see. Again, I'll explain it all once we actually get into it.
My goodness, this is quite the feast you're treating me to, friends. Honestly, has me feeling a bit guilty. But this shellfish really is delicious, don't you think? And pairing it with a chilled white wine, perfection.
Aren't you supposed to be leaving soon? Last train to the capital leaves at 10:30, Mr. Kai-Fi. Anyway, setting aside all that stuff about your old haunts and the whereabouts of your super secret disciple. You said it was only a coincidence that you came to Anchorville, but you're aware of a lot more than you're letting on, aren't you? Oh? According to our sources, you traveled to Edith the night before last, then made your way to Tharbad a few hours ago. Then, after staying the night at the Al Jumeirah Hotel, you arrived in Anchorville in the early evening to receive a physical at the hospital. That's quite the itinerary. Well, once you get to be a certain age, you grow a desire to explore new places, try new things. You understand me, right, Roaring Lion? Considering your fascination with those orbital bite contraptions, I mean. I suppose I do. Must have been why just looking at them wasn't enough to sate my interest anymore. Ah, yes, the man of legend. Well, it's an honor to see you again, Mr. Kai-Fi. I've been told you're acquainted with my mother as well, yes? Wait, seriously? That's right. Much like the Roaring Lion here, I've known Dominique for decades. We came to know each other during the period of upheaval that followed after the Salt Pail, as comrades, yes, but also as enemies. We did indeed. I believe that was back when the Order of the Moonlight Horse was still active as well. Is this a conversation actually going anywhere, or? Mr. Kai-Fi, would you be willing to tell us what you can about the people calling themselves Vestiges? Really, anything at all would be more than helpful. I'm afraid I don't know any more about them than you do. That said, I have been sensing their presence these past few months. By way of the paradoxical phenomenon now manifesting in Zemuria, that is. Paradoxical phenomenon? In Zemuria? You've perceived as much with your omniscient eye, I take it. Shizuna told me about that. It's a step beyond the unclouded eye, right? Wait, what? Omniscient eye. A state of enlightenment which grants unobstructed sight and is only gained by becoming one with all of creation. Something along those lines. Not a stage I'd recommend reaching personally. However, these paradoxical phenomena I mentioned, you know what it is I'm referring to, yes? Well, I mean, pretty much everything that's happened these past few days could fit that bill. The existence of that knockoff DG cult, the replicas of the Genesis. Those strange creatures, too, and their ability to contaminate their surroundings. Katre, Rosette, and Ren seem to have an idea as to why that's happening, though. We do, yes. The technology we believe to be the cause is a bit, futuristic, for lack of a better word. Indeed, the advancements in science required to create such an invention rival even those deemed necessary for the invention of nuclear weapons. And unless there's some kind of big breakthrough in shard tech soon. What the hell are you guys even talking about? I know this tech stuff's gonna go right over my head, but why not try filling us in anyway?
What we're referring to is a technology from science fiction. One that most believe to be just that, fiction. And given that its capacity for harm is on the same level of a nuclear weapon, there is plenty of cause for concern. Scientists have spoken on its potential uses in the real world at academic conferences in the past. I believe they called them organic nanomachines.
Organic nanomachines? Nano means really small, right? And with the word organic on top of that. So they're machines that imitate cells then, is that right? Yes. They're supposed to be fully autonomous as well, and eerily enough, capable of propagation. Just to reiterate, however, this is only fictional technology at the moment. I mean, there's been ongoing research, yeah, but it's been largely theoretical in nature. Implementation is a long ways away. However, those executors, their ability to contaminate any living being they come across is almost like... So, you think these organic nanomachines or whatever are what's causing the contamination, huh? The executioners must be actual living things then, even though they look like they're made of metal. Those nanomachines must have been behind Jeffrey's whole deal too. Wait, hold on a sec. You're really saying that these tiny machines can just multiply and infect whoever they come across? Honestly, it's all a bit hard to believe. I don't wish to speak out of turn, being a layman in the field. But such technology certainly would seem paradoxical. After all, the executor left no trace of itself, including the severed arm that vanished like mist. Yes. If those creatures are using shard bodies, that would explain it, but that doesn't feel like the right answer. Right. Whatever they're made of, I can say for sure it isn't shards. Considering the way the arm fell to the ground, it definitely had the weight of something real. But if that's true, then... Why did it vanish?
You've realized something else, haven't you, Spriggan? Particularly about the most paradoxical phenomenon brought about by the white devices. A phenomenon incompatible with the very laws of our world's reality. One that even the roaring lion and I failed to foresee.
Wait, really? Something only Van has managed to realize. Read my mind, why don't you? Just like your nosy disciples. Anyway, yeah. I think a certain condition of mine tipped me off. Along with my sense of smell, of course. Is the Grendel futuristic technology? A paradoxical phenomenon incompatible with the laws of reality. I'm guessing that'd be... Oh. Is this a... I actually was not ready for this. The correct answer here is the way the vestiges teleport. I'm pretty sure we probably could have got that. But the thing is, based off what I know, I actually think it might be all three of these. But we'll go ahead and choose the second one because that's the bonus SP we'll get.
The way those guys teleport. It ain't orbital phase shifting tech. And they aren't using Eastern Duenja or the Society's translocation tricks either. At a glance, you'd assume they were just moving too fast for us to see, but they weren't. No, it may have only been for a fraction of a second, but for that brief moment in time, Ix, the vestiges, and the executors no longer existed in this world. And that includes both the higher dimensions and subspaces, such as rifts in the spirit path.
Wait a minute. You're not seriously saying...
Given Mr. Arkwright's connections to said higher dimensions, I see no reason to question his assertion. Movement from one point in space-time to another that disregards the law of causality. In other words...
A space-time leap, no? Albeit done on an incredibly small scale.
Wait just a darn minute! This teleportation of theirs ignores the principle of mass conservation and the law of causality?
Well, with that, I think I'll be taking my leave. No doubt Shizuna will be pleased to hear your revelations, and I believe I came to learn something of my own as well.
What?
Hey, hold on a sec.
Oh, you scoundrel. You only came to Anchorville to watch Van come to that very conclusion, didn't you?
What?
Is that why you helped us in the hospital?
I get it now. Gotta say, that was pretty calculating of you, old-timer. Though seeing as you're Shizuna's master and all, I can't say I'm surprised.
The bit about getting a physical wasn't a lie, at least. And neither was the part about wanting to say my final farewell to the Roaring Lion. I'm glad it gave me the chance to meet you all. In any event, allow me to thank you, Spriggan. I feel much more sure in which decisions I'd like to make in the future. Know that the malice crawling through this land has not disappeared. But if we support each other, we will endure.
Okay, I want to just quickly go back here. Is it just talking about the teleportation? That's it? So, I was following up to like this point. It's the way the guys teleport. They're basically phasing out and phasing back into the world. Is that correct? Because they're not going to the higher dimensions. They're not going to rifts or spirit paths. They're not going to places like the Grim Garten. They no longer exist, and then they reappear. So a space-time leap. So essentially, they just disappear and reappear in the world. That's very interesting. I was trying to, like, fully make sure I knew what was going on before we continued, because I even wanted to know. Like, I wanted to make sure I was on the same page.
And if we endure, we are certain to meet again. Though, as for when, I cannot say. I wish you well, Bergard. Give Dominique my regards, Chloe.
I'll be sure to. As soon as I can get in touch with her, that is.
Stay safe, friend. I know you're only acting with our future in mind. Before you leave, though, I've got one final question for you. Where are you headed?
East. A place you and your disciples are bound to as well.
Sheesh. Between him and Gen, it's always the senior citizens, isn't it? He was different, though. Almost like he's gone beyond good and evil. Think I'm beginning to understand why they call him the Sword Hermit. Well, we can be safe in knowing that he isn't the type of man to be driven by worldly desires. We gotta head east? Interesting. I'm curious what it is he seems to be relying on his disciples for, however. Feel kinda bad for him. Seriously, I'd take you over him any day, Master. Anyway, Sucks that he took advantage of us, but I think we learned a thing or two ourselves. Everyone's finished their meal, right? We ready to get going? Of course. Right, I suppose we do still have some unfinished business to attend to. Alerts from the risk management AI have been accumulating as well. It would be wise to determine their cause. Considering Inspector Deswani is here, maybe we should ask if he knows anything.
Yo, Van. Heard things went to hell pretty fast, huh?
We just got to Anchorville, in case you're wondering. We're out eating by the riverside right now.
Great timing. We were just about to get moving. No rush or anything, though. We'll be in touch as we make our way around town.
Cool. Then maybe I'll have a beer while we're...
We've got work to do too, Jack. No alcohol.
Well, can't let the gambling duo show me up now, can I? Whatever you need, I'll be there to lend a helping hand. Thank you, Mirabelle. Any aid from Marduk would be much appreciated. Agreed. Now let us take this opportunity to bring what these so-called vestiges are doing to light, both on the net and in real life. Yeah, let's do this thing. We'll have these chuckleheads out of town before the clock even hits midnight. I wish you all success. Just be careful, all right? These are no normal enemies you're dealing with. Of course. Let's make sure we're well prepared before heading out, just in case. After finishing their meal, Van and the others showed Mirabelle to the orbital terminal on the second floor. After deciding who would stay behind to hold down the fort, everyone else hit the streets and got to work. We get 2 bonus SP. So, I believe we can actually bring... well, nope, that sucks. It's Bearguard, Rosette, or Judith. I think that is almost the exact same. We're, of course, going to bring Bearguard. And there we go. That's my team setup. And here we go. So, the reason I said this is a little bit different and is really quick is because really all we have to do right now is first view this, because we're going to get the call from Altina.
Hello, Mr. Arkwright.
Hello, Altina. I apologize for being so late to call, but I've been informed that a route of attack into the Grimgarten 7th domain has been secured. It's been a long time, Altina. Hey, don't worry about it. Your plates have been real full by the sound of things. I know neither of us can get into too much detail, but we've been pretty swamped ourselves. So yeah, probably better we make our real-life business the priority anyway. I appreciate the understanding. That being said, the brunt of the actual work is done with the Crossbell branch's assistance. Well, sure, but you've been pulling double duty in there, making tune-ups while also taking part in the recaptures. That's no small feat. Anyway, copy that on the 7th domain. Try not to let the pressure get to you, yeah? Thank you. You all take care as well. Things must be hitting the climax over on their end. Wonder where they even are right now, though. Come to think of it, an old sword hermit guy said he was heading east. Grimgarten 7th domain has been unlocked. So yeah, really all we have in this entire chapter is to go grab all of our things. I think 2 4SPGs or 3 of them, but I think one of them isn't a real 4SPG. And then progress the story. We have the Grimgarden, and I know that sounds like what we usually do, but just trust me, it's going to be much quicker. So let's go ahead and start by buying all of our usual stuff. Lilac, EU, Toilette.
Don't be a stranger.
And then we'll come over here, and we can talk to her to get the Sunshine Ornament. And I believe that is everything we can pick up here. I'm just doing a quick double check just in case. I do not believe we can trade for anything else. We grab a Prime Beast Flesh, but I think we're okay there.
Thank you.
Check the bargain bin, nothing new there.
Let's keep our guard up.
And then we can go ahead and come in here, which I should have done already, but I missed out on it at first. We can shop and pick up the Soul Chef pasta.
All right, take care.
And then we can go ahead and run out. We'll come back for that optional event here in a second, but we're just going to do our usual shopping that we do every time we start up a new area. This also means this is the final evening before the rocket launch day. I actually thought the rocket launch day would be the finale, but it might be.
Come again.
the next routes we get, because there's no way all the routes take place at like 10 p.m., you know? Because we are about to go into our final routes here in like, not next episode, but like the next time we play as all of our characters, next time we have a route selection is the final chance to do that. We do have some new weapons, so let's go ahead and pick up what we can for our guys. Then Eclipse Edge, Battle Suit, probably don't need that. And then on Yes, can get a new weapon. Battle Suit. Good there. Battle Suit. Illuminati. And finally, new gloves for Bearguard and Battle Suit. There we go. Honestly, I'm not even going to customize. I don't think I need to, and I do not want to waste my U material pluses right now. I think we are going to be fine. If we do need to upgrade, we always can, but I do think we're going to be okay. We'll just quickly look at all their weapons just so it gets off my screen. There we go. That is everything here. Let's do a quick look over here. Okay, looks like it's going to be down here next to... I don't want to get too close. Who are you? Oh, you're one of the...
What'll it be?
She's one of the, like, pop stars, the idols. Go ahead and leave over here. We're going to try to avoid... For the first time, I'm actually going to try to avoid doing every main story thing right now, because I want to save all of that for its own episode because of how quick I think it's going to go. Essentially, this episode, I'm going to try to do all the optional stuff. Next episode, I'll try to do the Grim Garten as well as the main story stuff leading up to the, like, full-on, you know, stuff going on. And then after that, we will finish it up. So with that, that is all of our food picked up. We get the Gungnir there. We can go ahead and learn pasta, raisins, and cookies. Now, there is one more thing we can do, and I'll do it if I have enough time. But essentially, you have some connection events here. You have Fairy, Rosette, Quatre, and Judith. If you do fairies, you actually get a new gourmet as well as the recipe for the gourmet. It is the baklava. So I highly recommend you can either do it now or you can do it in the Garten later, but I highly recommend if you just have the chance, get it done with now in this chapter so you don't have to worry about it later, and we'll get a food item from that.
Oh, you shouldn't.
While we're here, we'll just give all the gifts. Even if they're max, just give it to them. There's rewards for giving out gifts, so you might as well. We'll just spam through all these. Shizuna gets one, and Ren gets one. And then finally, we can go ahead and... well, actually, let me see if I can make any of that food real quick. Anything new? Yeah, we can make the potato salad. We cannot make that. We can make the Order's pen gratin. We're actually very close to needing to grind the beast essences and stuff. We should have a few more that we just picked up, so let me just look. With honey carrots, we can make that. Oh, no, that's what we just made. Wait, really? I'm only missing one thing? That doesn't seem right, but it must be. Let's go ahead and just eat everything real quick. I will go make sure to pick up some more food items before we get done with this area. And the juicy pork rib skewers, and there we go. And I'll go ahead and just run back over to the shop. There's nothing in here right now. And we can not only pick up some more of the food from... Is it you? Do you have the food items for me?
Welcome.
Yes. So we'll just pick up like a bunch of those.
Don't be a
And then,
stranger.
did she also have some? Or am I misremembering? I think she also did. We can go to ingredients, pick up a few of that, pick up a few of these, pick up a few of these. There we go.
Thank you.
Now let's view our optional events before we do anything else. So we can come in here and talk to the pianist. Did you all enjoy the performance? Absolutely. The music was pleasant to the ear and made our meal that much more enjoyable. Yeah, it had a nice evening vibe to it, just like that magazine ad said. I can see why Shot Noir's live dinner show is so popular around here. I hear you guys spice things up with the chants and songs whenever Dominique's around. Yep, but that's a once-in-a-blue-moon sort of deal, sadly. That much he likes hopping from city to city. But if you're lucky enough to catch her singing, ew, I'm telling you, her voice is so beautiful and serene. When I was a little girl, I really looked up to her, and even tried imitating her by singing on stage. Aw, that's really sweet. Yeah, the closed-door glory days of a washed-up actress. Hey, don't go calling me washed up. Love you know I'm living out my glory days right now. Still, there's no doubt you inherited your grandma's talent. You had a singing role in a musical film at one point, right? Since we're here, why don't you take the stage and show us what you can do? What? Oh, that's a great idea. It's been so long since I've heard Judith sing, Judith, Judith, Judith. Now hold on just a minute, everyone. Oh, an A-list actress belting out a tune? This ought to be a doozy. I would absolutely love to hear that as well. Seriously, you too, Mom? Afraid so. Your audience has spoken. And it's your job to ensure they don't leave disappointed. That's what being an actress means, right? Okay, fine, I get it. But the only chance I can sing is Grammy's Autumn Knows, so that'll have to do, okay? Oh, I remember that one. I have to imagine this is outside the scope of your contract with this establishment. So would you be opposed if I took to the keys? By all means, I'm perfectly happy sitting back and listening. Burgard can play piano? Believe it or not, he apparently taught choir when he was part of the church. I guess there's no way around it. I'll just have to knock your socks off like never before and do this old song from Memory Lane Justice. I won't be singing this, so let's hope it's voiced. Autumn Knows, Dominique Lancer's number from yesteryear. Complemented by Bergard's delicate accompaniment, Judith performed it beautifully. Once they finished, Van's group and the cafe regulars gave Judith and Bergard a roaring round of applause. After enjoying this peaceful moment of respite to the fullest, Van and company resumed their activities. So, from here, we're going to go ahead and exit out of this. We're going to head up. We'll do the movie theater real quick just because it's super fast. Then we're going to do our 2 topic quests. So, or one's a topic quest, one's a 4SPG. Go ahead and head over here. And at the movie theater, I believe we can watch 2 of them. We have, nope, we've only not viewed one of them. So it'll have to be Wolves Requiem. Let me actually check real quick. You can actually view connection status here. I've never really shown it off much. We don't need on yes. We could do Judith and Bergard and Ren. That's really my best options here. So any combination of Judith, Bergard, and Ren. So we got Bergard and Judith. That's it. So we'll just do those 2. We've already seen this movie. At this point, we've seen them all. So we'll just skip through this and get to our topic quest. So let's go ahead and skip all. Van doesn't matter. Judith gets 25 and Bergard gets 25. Bergard just needs 1 more connection event and a gift, and he will be maxed out. And from here, we're going to go ahead and skip past that 4SPG down below. And instead, we're going to head over here to the Idol, where it will be a topic quest, which I think will be just a little bit quicker than the other one. Son of a... At this rate, they're going to hold me responsible for... hello? Is this a front desk? What, still not back? But the way things are going... Hey, I know you. You're part of that idol group I saw in Edith. Oh, right. The ones that just debuted. Vega? I didn't realize you were in Anchorville. It looks like you've run into a bit of trouble. Who the hell are you? And just what do you think you're doing poking your nose where it doesn't belong? Only say this once. Leave or else. Hold that thought. Huh? We can trust these people. Additionally, they seem to be familiar with this city. I say we enlist their aid to find Rachel. Now, wait a moment here. You can't just decide that on your own. I think it's safe to assume this Rachel person is her partner. And if they're asking us to find her, then we can also surmise she's unaccounted for. Sorry, but this is a confidential matter. Well, it's true that we have a problem. We also have a company policy to uphold. Leaks spread like wildfire in this day and age, after all. Sure, that's fair. But still, we might be able to give you a hand. We're problem solvers from the capital. And gave his business card to the young manager. Arkwright Solutions. I feel like I've heard that name before. I bet that's because you have. We've taken on several jobs in the entertainment industry. We've even worked with, what was its name again? Lexel Talent Agency. Judith and Nina gave us a job once. Oh, right. I heard about you from that film festival. That's the case. There's no harm talking about it with us first. If nothing else, we're serious about keeping things on the down low. Okay. I'll trust you. Just please keep anything said here between us, okay? As you've already worked out, Yulia's partner Rachel has gone missing. Which is especially problematic considering we plan to put on a small-scale performance tonight. If worst comes to worst, we'll simply cancel it. Again, that's not a decision that's yours to make. But if something has happened to Rachel, I understand how you feel, but remember, it hasn't been that long since she's disappeared. The chances of her getting into danger in a city like this is next to none. Could something be going on? Your troubled countenance certainly suggests that. Vega had a blue ribbon debut as a Goodwill ambassador for the space program. However, our planned shows in Edith were abruptly cancelled, and we were instead tasked with doing mini live tours in regional cities and towns. It's all With You's fault. Even though we heard they're about to break up, their popularity skyrocketed all of a sudden, so the powers that be decided to change course. By that, I mean they swapped our shows with You's. Vega and With You, one a rising star and the other in its death throes. Both belong to the same talent agency, and gathering their assignments are decided on by its higher-ups. Okay, I've got a feel for what's going on. Seems Rachel was none too pleased to be sent out to the boonies by her bosses. Yeah, once she heard her piece, she ran off. That was about 2 hours ago, I think. She's always been on the headstrong type, but I would have expected her to come back by now. It's nearly showtime too. What should we do? On one hand, it doesn't seem like there's anything bad that's happened. Yeah, but I can't help but be a little worried, especially after what happened at the hospital. I know what you mean. How about this? We can keep an eye out for your friend while we're out doing our rounds of the city. We'll take on your request, if you're cool with it. Of course. Please find Rachel. She should be easy to pick out of a crowd with her striking blonde hair. Oh, and she should be wearing her stage outfit too. Well, we'll leave this to you. Guess we better get on it then. Why don't we start with the outdoor places that she might have dropped by?
Commencing mission.
And so we have our second to last topic quest. We'll start by... don't get caught on them. We'll start by heading over to Shino's bar. We probably start with you. This will be fine. I want to make sure you're the right person, right? Grandpa Ahab. I actually don't think we need to talk to you at all. Instead, we want to go over to Shino. Where is Shino over here? I know we've ran into Shino because I remember talking to her. Okay, so she is right here. Go ahead and use the topic on Shino. Blonde girl in a stage outfit? Yeah, I saw her a little while ago. Right on the money, yeah? Any idea where she went? She went into the station looking real upset. Then she came back out sighing. Maybe she didn't have enough money. She sure is easy to read. It does cost quite a bit to get to the capital from here. What about after that? All I know is she was headed south, down Main Street. By the way, she'd been staring at my sign for the collab cocktail. It's like she was drawn to it. She didn't look like she wanted any attention, so I decided not to call out to her. She must have felt she couldn't relax on an open terrace like this. I'd say we have a good idea where she headed next then. Right. She might be distracting herself from her troubles somewhere in the city. Makes sense to me. Let's hit up any places selling booze. Right. Let's go. So that's what I was like. I don't think we need to talk to the fisherman at all. Instead, oh my god, get me out of here. Instead, we're going to head on over to the hotel down in the, basement area. Almost seems like a speakeasy down here. I might have already said that, but that's just the vibe I'm getting from it. Even though it's just, out in the open. Use the runaway idol on him. Blonde-haired girl in a stage outfit. Person from earlier then. So she did come here for a drink. I can't share any personal information, but I can tell you she drank like a sailor and had a litany of complaints. It seemed she only just come of age because she definitely wasn't used to alcohol. I did give her a few pointers on how to drink properly. I can picture that. Well, it sounds like she got drunk. Take it she left on her own after taking her fill. Correct, she was fairly unsteady, but she managed to walk with no issues. I should warn you, she was a cranky drunk. Be careful. You have our gratitude. That's just the information we needed. Potentially drunk. Now, we're going to go ahead and head to the southern exit of the town. All the way down here. Now, at this point, it's the only one that's actually marked. And we'll use our final topic on you. And this should bring us to the final part of the forest PG here. A drunk woman? Now that you mention it. I was busy helping folks board the bus, but I do remember catching a whiff of alcohol when someone passed by. I bet she came from the underground bar. Would you happen to know where she went? Well, I didn't see her exactly. I think she went south, so that would be towards the highway. That's more than a little concerning. Gosh, I don't even know about that. I do see some people head out along the highway for a walk, but it's the middle of the night. If we're lucky, she was just trying to sober up. If not, we'd better find her and fast. And I believe at that point, that's it. So we'll go ahead and head to the southern outskirts, where we can actually meet up with her. I think it's just like... the depths might be quicker.
Go.
So we'll go over there. And from here, we're just going to go ahead and turn around. And we want to run over to this little clearing over here, where we'll be able to find her.
This could get tricky.
And it'll bring this Forest PG to a close. Hello, Idol. Hey, I'll shed two Shidle thingy and it'll be popular. But no, it was you got to get creative character and stuff. So annoying. You're just gonna tour for a bit. Fish, please. I'm not an idiot. I'm not some sorry-eyed puppet, you assholes. Holes. Screw that dirtbag producer. Next time we meet, I'm gonna shove a mic up his big fat ass. Two grilled chicken skewers and a veggie wrap. What are a bunch of appetizers like you doing walking around on your own? Look, she's getting ambushed. Seems like her foul-mouthed shouts netted her a karate audience. We have to help her. A very quick fight. I actually don't even know. Do they survive Bear Guard? Barely. But they won't survive a Grand Rend, probably. Yep, there we go. Enemy suppressed. Good work, everyone. Who are you people? Arkwright Solutions at your service. You're Rachel, right? From the Auto Group Vega? I'm relieved to see you're safe from harm. Your partner and manager asked us to look for you. And here I was wondering how much of this running away business was just her being pissed off. I understand there are a lot of things you're unhappy with, but the highway is dangerous. Why don't we head back? No. You think I'm gonna do what those ungrateful little turds want me to? Huh. She's got quite a mouth on her for an idol. My whole life I dreamed of being a connoisseur. I graduated at the top of my class in the vocal arts department of my music school. And well, I did take dance classes too, so I can both sing and dance. I became an idol like they told me to, and I followed all their advice, like how I should prioritize my charm and appearance over singing. But in the end, they didn't consider my needs and wants for even a second. It pisses me off just thinking about it. That's why I'm sabotaging this whole thing. I'm going to embarrass them big time. You do realize how unreasonable you sound, right? You have an option here. If you praise her efforts, that's law, and if you attack her pride, that's gray. So this is as far as you're gonna go, huh? How sad. Excuse me? Oh, Space Ambassador thing made for a solid foundation with your debut. You had the talent. You could have easily rocketed up to stardom, but instead, you crash back down to Earth. As you let all that top of the class crap go to your head. If you think it's beyond your abilities, there is no shame in withdrawing. Maybe you made the right call running away and washing your hands of the whole thing. That's an end that suits a loser. Who the hell do you think you are calling me a loser? That does it. I'm going to make you eat your words. No, I'll make you choke on them. I'm going to show those with you amateurs what a real professional can do. We'll knock them down a peg. But first, I'm going to prove you damned fixers wrong. That's the spirit. Let's head back. Yuli is waiting for you too. I actually like With You. I think that's the other pop group we met like back in Act 1, I believe. Thus, Van's group brought Rachel, now luckily sobered up, back to the city. Hey everyone, you better set those hype thrusters to max. To celebrate Project Startaker entering its final phase, we prepared a special show just for you. Last Rendezvous. That looks like the most boring show to watch. Hey, I can't hear you assholes. If your voices aren't reaching up to space and beyond, then you aren't being goddamn loud enough. What the? This isn't as wholesome as I thought. Personally, I find the vulgarity refreshing. Rachel, what on earth are you doing? Oh dear. Well, at least she's back on her feet again. All's well that ends well, I suppose. There we go. Runaway idol completed. Thank you for bringing Rachel back. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. The next time I need help, I hope I'll have you to turn to.
That's a wrap.
We get Samira. And a lot of gray. Oh, so close to level 4. We're actually so close to being done with 4 SPGs. After we cleared this one, there were only 6 4 SPGs and a single topic quest left. It's kind of sad to see. That means we're likely going to have probably 2 quests in each, because the finale never has it. It's probably going to be 2 quests in each person's route, and then like one person will have a, I think it's Van, I think it's always been Van, will have a, the topic 4 SPG. So, here we go. The last 4 SPG of this chapter. Let's go ahead and talk to Marina. Do you need something? I'm kind of busy right now. Your name's Marina, right? I'm from Arkwright Solutions. So you're the fixers? I've heard a lot about you back in the capital. Do you think you really did come to Anchorville? The 4 SPG did mention you were from the capital. You're what, 14? You checked when the last train would be running, right? Does it matter? Besides, I can just get a place to stay for the night if I want. I've prepared the mirror for you already, so just shut up and take it. You want us to find your real family, right? Sounds like there's got to be a real sort of story behind that. What should we do? Of course we're going to take it, Van. Fine, but first I want you to give us the details. Your 4 SPG was a little sparse. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly what it is you want. Alright then. My whole life I've been living with parents I'm not related to. That's because someone at Anchorville Hospital made a mistake when I was born. What kind of mistake? It wasn't even uncovered until around the end of last year when my current parents got a note out of the blue. It said something to the effect of, "Your daughter isn't actually your daughter." Because of that mistake 14 years ago, I was taken home by the wrong family. And according to the documents I found in my parents' study last night, they were paid a hefty sum for damages too. You can't be serious. So, it's a case where 2 children were born at the same hospital and mistakenly swapped. I hear it used to happen on occasion before orbital and medical technology advanced. Such a revelation. You must be quite shaken. Not in the slightest. Actually, it was rather easy to accept. My parents have been kind of distant since the end of last year, after all. My mom has been particularly strict lately. Do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. They've even gotten stricter about table manners, and just the other day they told me my new curfew was at 4 o'clock. Can you believe that? They just don't love me anymore, now that they know I'm not their real daughter. That can't be true. But anyway, while I was feeling out of sorts, I got into a fight with my mom during breakfast over something stupid. So I jumped on the train to Anchorville. I told myself I'd find my real family. I'm sure my real parents who are actually related to me by blood would treat me better. After looking around town all morning, I heard some rumors about your forest PGs from the local kids. Alright, I think I got the gist. It mostly fits the bill. You mean you'll help me look? Yeah, but first we have to verify whether or not there was even a mistake in the first place by asking questions. Did babies really get swapped? How? Stuff like that. Of course it happened. The victim just told you as much. I even saw the documents with my own eyes. Sorry, but did you actually bring those documents with you? Even if you did, it'd still be a rather thorny problem. We'll have to be cautious as we investigate. And if we can verify your story, we'll still need to take into account the other family's current circumstances as well. We won't fulfill a request at the expense of someone else's happiness. That's just not what forest PGs are for. Well, seeing as you've been acting on impulse, maybe it's time you calm down and leave the rest to us. Take this chance to think carefully about what you're hoping to get out of them meeting your real family. Who knows? You might even find yourself crying in a closet like someone I know. Huh? Fine, whatever, I get it. I'll leave everything to you. There simply must be another girl my age somewhere in town. If you find her, you'd better listen to her story. Right, we'll keep that in mind. That's when Ren said that she's talking about herself. She was taken from her family at birth and didn't find out till many, many years later who her actual family was. That was in the Crossbell saga. Kind of sad. And then she wanted to meet them, but then when she finally got her chance, she was like, yeah, I'm just a friend. Didn't want to tell her that she was their daughter that went missing a long, long time ago. Talk about a spoiled brat. You can tell she's gotten what she wants her whole life. It's no wonder she stopped trusting her parents as soon as they got a little strict. She does seem like a stubborn one. I doubt she'll go back to the capital until she's satisfied. Doesn't change anything, though. Like I said, we need to start by finding out whether this switcheroo even happened. We probably shouldn't just go and ask the hospital, huh? Right. Not while we're busy with the case. It'd probably be better to hold off until we're verified the details. I'm sure it would have been quite the scandal 14 years ago in a city like this. Which would mean a news outlet or even City Hall might know something. Right. Let's start from there.
Let's hurry up.
We get looking for my real family. So, over in the Chateau de Noir, we can talk to somebody, but we'll just go ahead. It doesn't actually matter the order we do this in. Since I'm closer to the City Hall, we'll just go ahead and talk to this person. This should be Chief Bannings.
Excuse me?
Children being swapped at birth here? Not that I've ever heard of. Must have heard wrong. Wait, you said it came to light late last year? Does that mean something to you? Well, I'm not sure if it's related. But around that time, a local family did reach out to us about making a change in the family register. Due to some personal circumstances, they said they might need to change their child's registration. At the time, they just wanted to know what the procedure for that might be. You think that's the end of last year? That was the time when the mistake was reported. Sure is suspicious. Parents came a number of times. I remember that they always seemed rather pensive. After multiple discussions, they ultimately decided against making any changes. They wouldn't really give us any details, but in the end, they did seem relieved by their decision. Guess that's not surprising, seeing as they've had the kid for 14 years. It must have been distressing beyond words to be told suddenly that their child wasn't theirs. Bet it's the same for that girl in Marina's household, too. Do you mean to say that the swap child in question is a girl? Yes. Wait. Did the family who came for a consultation have a boy? They sure did. Can't really tell you anything else, seeing as this pertains to our citizens' private information. But no matter how you think about it, mixing up a boy and girl would be difficult, don't you think? The family I mentioned probably isn't related to your case. Oh, I was really hoping we found a lead. Sorry, I was hoping to pay you back for everything you did for us, too. Don't worry about it. Thanks for sharing, anyways. Guess we'll have to look somewhere else. So, now we'll go ahead. Honestly, I'm just going to teleport there. Anchorville, and we can go to the cafe. And over here in the corner is a reporter we can talk to.
Got something to ask you.
Where did you hear that story? I take it you know something about it. I figured an Eaton newsletter reporter might have the scoop. this isn't a good place to talk. Let's go outside. 14 years ago, there was a mix-up at the hospital. Or so the rumors said late last year. They were doing the rounds even at Eaton Newsletter. Word started getting around shortly after Anchorville Hospital reopened. It had been closed due to nebulous circumstances. Oh, I did hear something about that place. Right, the former medical director had been arrested for ties to Almada. It sounds like Eaton News Agency knew about this. The mistake in question might have discovered during the ensuing investigations and change in management. But you guys didn't report on the Mafia affiliation, did you? No, the authorities restricted our ability to publish any information about the arrest in order to avoid confusion. That was strictly about anything regarding the Mafia, mind you. We had planned to publish an article about the babies being swapped. But I recommended against it during an internal meeting. I didn't want to cause any undue stress to the families, who were no doubt already going through a lot emotionally. And here I thought it was your job to drag a story out for all it's worth. Please, we're not like all those reporters at BuzzRaider. I still try to position myself as a righteous reporter, you know? Wait, isn't that a line from Sunshine on Yes? Did this reporter really serve as inspiration? Anyway, since we never did a report on it, I don't really know too much about it. Not about the families and not about the boy himself. Sorry, but I really don't have any leads to give you. Wait, boy? But the person who asked us to look into this is a girl named Marina. Huh? Is that right? From what we gathered, the boy who was swapped by mistake was definitely male. Other result of the arrest is jumbling records, I expect. In any case, the story may not be what you're looking for. Sorry to muddy the waters. You know, this might actually be useful. What could it all mean? Kinda surprising that both people we talked to said it was a boy that got swapped, not a girl. Yes, though we can't say for certain that their information is wholly accurate. So, what does this mean then? We're gonna hit a roadblock if things keep going like this. Let's head back to our client and give him an interim report. Good idea. Let's head back to Marina. Can I teleport there? I don't think so. Is it? No, there's like no quick way to get there. We'll go Kowloon. Oh, Station Square. Yeah, it's for sure Station Square. We could have just teleported over there. That's fine. Well, I think she found him. Good evening. Oh, you're the people staying at Chat Noir. So you've returned, Spriggan. Wait, are they the Forest PG people I keep hearing about? Seems like he's a local kid. What's the connection here? When I was asking around town, Yudi's the one who turned me on the Forest PG rumors. Seems he's gone out of his way to check up on me. I was worried since I didn't know if the Forest PG people would be scary or not. But it looks like they were nothing to fear since they're all friends with Judith. Well, you came back here so you must have learned something, right? Yes, but there's something that's bothering us. Do you have time to talk about it right now? Yes, and I've already explained the situation to Yudi, so you can tell us both. The crew gave their report? What? That doesn't make the least bit of sense. I've been gathering info and listening to the local rumors, and it does seem like some babies got mixed up. But 2 sources have claimed it was a boy who got swapped. No way. What are you even saying? That's simply impossible. I mean... Yeah, normally something like this would be impossible. But if we set normal aside, then maybe... the mix-up was between a boy and a girl. Huh? A boy and a girl? Anyone can tell the difference between a boy and a girl. But there's no evidence that that wasn't the case. Such a mix-up is certainly inconceivable. But right now, it would be better to take everything at face value, rather than stick to preconceptions. Seems like you've had trouble finding a family with a girl at your age too, right? Maybe looking at this under the assumption that a boy and girl were swapped could turn up new leads. Wow, you fixers are really something. I think we're starting to get an idea of what's going on. Why don't we head to the hospital next? Good plan. With what we've heard, we may be able to obtain new information. Could you please wait a little longer, Marina? We'll definitely get to the bottom of this, of course. What you do next is entirely up to you. Fine, I'll leave it to you. I have to figure out what I'm going to do when I actually meet my parents anyways. Huh? It's so obvious it's you, that boy right there. Go ahead and head to the hospital, and I'm just going to hope we don't immediately be thrown into the main story objective. If we are, no big deal. We still have so many other main story things we got to do, but I'm hoping we can just finish up this side quest first, since odds are we'll already go a little bit over time. Nope, unfortunately it's going to make me go through this little cutscene here.
Leave no stone unturned. They must be involved in the incident in the capital. Go. Let's wrap this investigation up tonight so the medical staff can resume their duties tomorrow morning. Yes, sir.
Our network as always, Inspector Deswani.
Oh, it's you. I heard the report. Sounds like you had a rough go of it today. You did good thinking on your feet in an unexpected crisis.
Wait, they have ear doctors here? Maybe I swear I heard genuine praise from the hard-ass police officer.
Who are you calling a hard-ass? Don't get me wrong. I still think the old adage, there's a Spriggan, there's trouble, rings true. That said, I always give credit where it's due. You cast a light on those hiding in the dark and kept the collateral damage to a minimum.
Well, the guild's timely aid helped out a bit with that second part. How's the investigation coming along?
Are you people always as brazen, requesting confidential info like it's nothing? Fine, I'll tell you, but only because you're a related party. Regarding the doctor, he's already been taken into custody and we're in the middle of questioning him. He still isn't in his right state of mind, so it may take time before we get to the truth of the matter. However, he noted the medical director's daily behavior as one of the reasons he got in contact with the AD group. Look into every possible lead, including his connection with the former management that was in collusion with Armada.
I knew it. Between that and the underground facility, it seems like the shadows cast by the Mafia still linger. And to no one's surprise, the only ones looking into this are the police inspector and his men.
That's right. From their track record of late, I suspect the CID will stay well out of the matter. Given the incident's scope and background, we did request the assistance of the Special Investigations Department, but I'm not holding my breath. I understand the space program is occupying much of their attention, but still.
Well, no point chasing rainbows. We'll just have to make do with who's around. Speaking for myself here, I'm just relieved we've got you here, Inspector. Let's say we scratch each other's backs for old time's sake.
With the situation as it is, I'm afraid I don't have much choice. If you learn anything, let me know immediately. And don't even think of keeping anything from me, you hear?
Loud and clear.
It was
and now, we're basically done here at the hospital once we go grab this topic here.
Under control now.
Go ahead and talk to this
Cleaning up
doctor.
won't be easy, but at least the damage wasn't too severe.
Huh? How do you know about that? That's confidential information. Everyone not directly involved was sworn to secrecy.
We've only been going off of bits and pieces of hearsay.
Judging by your reaction, there really was a baby switcheroo here at the hospital.
Ugh.
So, tried to trip me up. I didn't realize I was talking to a scoundrel. Nah, you're overselling him. You may say he's a hard-boiled back alley bad boy, but he's nothing more than a big softy.
Hey!
We are involved, actually. Marina asked us to look into this issue. She stumbled on this by accident and has been deeply troubled by it ever since. We won't make this information public, nor will we use it for nefarious purposes, so can't you tell us the details?
I suppose I don't have a choice, especially if it's to her benefit. This all went down 14 years ago, long before I was assigned to this hospital. The hospital was investigated due to the former management being in cahoots with the Mafia, which is related to the Dr. Grant incident. It was during this investigation that I uncovered the data regarding the mistake in question.
And that mistake is the mix-up with Marina, right? So just how did a boy and girl get swapped?
I was in disbelief myself when I found out to think such a sloppy medical practitioner might still be employed. As it turns out, there was an issue with the ultrasound machine, which meant the sex of the babies couldn't be determined until birth. On top of that, the fathers were absent for the births due to work, and the mothers had been unconscious at the time of delivery. And finally, there was a power outage as a result of old infrastructure,
leading to these infants having their tags swapped by accident. The whole ordeal was just one coincidence after another. That said, it is without a doubt the fault of this hospital. How horrible, even if former management is to blame. I take it someone realized they screwed up eventually and decided to cover it up? When I discovered this at the end of the last year, I immediately contacted the families and had them come here to talk things over. As you can imagine, both sets of parents were flabbergasted. They took their time to mull things over. In the end, they both said that their child was their child, regardless of blood. We compensated both families and proposed that we hold a press conference to make the situation public. However, the parents all decided that they would rather prioritize the mental health and well-being of their children above all else. That's why the information has been kept confidential, why it has been kept a secret from the children for the time being. The families are hoping to come up with a way to overcome this together when it comes time to tell the children. By the goddess. In other words, they were prepared to lie. Not for their own benefit like I did, but so they could protect the family bonds they forged over the last 14 years. That takes some real strength. Yes. Thank you for sharing, Dr. Hussein. And now we know the truth behind the mix-up. We need to think carefully about how to share this with the client, if we do at all. Yeah, imagine how confused Marina will be when she finds out the truth. Thank you for thinking of her. Well, I think we can pretty easily narrow down who the other family is. You're right. Of course, the doctor couldn't share any more personal information, but if the boy was born on the same day as Marina, we just need to ask her when she was born. Right, and we know when the boy was born too. Seems like we're on the right track. Now we just gotta figure out what to do from here. Let's check in with the kid and see what she wants. Yeah, let's head back over there. So, we'll go ahead and head right back over to, I think it's the station square. God, I hope so, because if not, this is gonna be so far away. It is perfect. Let's finish up this Forest PG, shall we? Everyone. So you've returned. Well, learn anything? Oh yeah, a whole lot in fact. We'll keep the report simple. Ben and his companions shared what they had been told by Dr. Hussein regarding the mix-up. They also explained that both families had met at the end of last year and what they mutually decided. Huh. We got a lead on who the other family is, but we'll be holding on to that for now. Whether or not we share depends on you. So, have you cooled off a bit? Yes, thanks to you. I do want to meet them. My birth family. I've come this far after all. Marina, I think you're ready to handle it the way you are now. Then we'll need to look into who the boy's family is carefully. Yep, and your birthday is the hint. Turns out the babies that got mixed up were born on the same day. Huh? Huh. I see. I guess that is what happened. Huh? What are you on about? Marina? Yudi? Actually, I told Yudi the details while we were waiting for you. I thought maybe he'd be able to think of something that could help me find my family. And when I told him my birthday was on November 10th, I said that my birthday was also November 10th. It was pretty surprising to find out we were born on the same day. Are these guys the same age as Fairy? Isn't Fairy 14? Or is she 15 now? It couldn't be, could it? My mom should be coming home from work soon. I'm sure she won't mind. If that's okay, could you come with me? Kid, we don't need to know all this. I'm home. Oh, Yudi, are you back already? Welcome home. Oh, my. Hello, Yudi's mom. Welcome, Marina. I'm very happy to meet you. When I met your parents, we showed each other pictures so I knew what you looked like. I see. So you knew too, Yudi. Well, I never expected something like this. But I did think you've been acting strange since the end of last year. Sometimes you'd act like you were hiding something and go somewhere without telling me. It must have been to meet with Marina's mom to talk, huh? Then you've been meeting with my parents? They did sometimes leave to go somewhere. Even if I asked, they'd never tell me where they went. It's true. We have been meeting from time to time ever since we met last year.
I'm sorry, Yudi, and Marina too, that I couldn't say anything. We really had no idea how to handle this. During our discussions at the hospital, the idea of exchanging families did come up, but it's okay, Mom. I was really surprised when I learned about all this. But even if we aren't related by blood, you're still my mom. Yudi. You're really something, Yudi. I didn't think about what my parents were going through at all and kept getting into fights with them. Compared to you, No, nothing that happened is your fault, Marina. I thought her mom was going to have, like, the green hair that Uni has, but I guess not. Mom, what are you doing here? She's only just arrived a moment ago after driving here from the capital. Just before you left, I realized you had looked through the paperwork about the mix-up. I thought you might come here, so I asked if I could wait for you. I'm so sorry, Marina. Ever since I found out about the mix-up, I felt so conflicted. Knowing we aren't technically related and what a sweet boy Yudi is. That doesn't mean I shouldn't be nice to you just because you're not my own flesh and blood. I just didn't know how to handle my feelings. That's why I lashed out at you. To think just how much I've hurt you. No, Mom, it's okay. I was just acting spoiled and selfish. I didn't know how you felt, or that you had been lying for my sake. Only now do I understand how hard that must have been. I mean, I'm not good at expressing myself, just like you. Oh, Marina. We're pretty blessed, Yudi. We both have two real families after all. Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. Yudi, we love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so happy for you both. Sure seems like this would be a problem without a solution. Honestly, I had no idea how things would end up. Me neither. I'm glad we got to see this. Just goes to show that stuff like sharing blood doesn't mean a damn thing. It seems like everyone's been able to accept the truth too. I mean, I am still flustered by all of this. What our families decide to do next is kind of up in the air too. Now that we both know the truth, we're all going to have to talk about what to do together. Yeah, I think that'll be for the best. Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot to work through, but as long as you watch out for each other, things will work out. That brings this case to a close. I'm really glad I posted that for SPG. Thank you so much for the help today. I'd like to say thank you as well.
And with that,
give me money. Give me money if you want to say thank you. Give me 9,000 Mira children. And we get a good amount of law there. Not quite enough to get to level 3, though. Probably one more just reward for law will get us there. And so, with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. In the next episode, we're going to go ahead and complete the new domain of the Grim Garden and go ahead and start progressing the main story just a little bit. So, I will see you guys then.